What if I told you there's a country where the rhythm of the streets never sleeps? Where every wall hums with stories of philosophers and poets? Where sunlight kisses marble and laughter echoes through narrow lanes? A place where the old and new don't just coexist, they dance. This is Greece. A country that's often praised for its islands and beaches, yes. But beyond the turquoise waters and postcard views lies another Greece. A Greece of bustling cafes, street art, ancient theaters, rooftop bars, and neighborhoods alive with music, color, and soul. Today, we journey into the urban heart of Greece to explore 10 of its most beautiful, vibrant places. From timeless ruins to neon-lit boulevards, from historic markets to modern skylines, these are the places where life happens, where every moment feels cinematic, and where the city itself seems to breathe. So, let's begin. 10. Thessaloniki waterfront, the soul of the north. The second largest city in Greece, Thessaloniki is a living mosaic. Young, creative, restless, and rich with history. But if there's one place where its soul reveals itself, it's along the Nea Paralia, the modern waterfront. Stretching for miles, it's where the city meets the sea. Morning joggers trace the horizon as ferries drift across the Thermaic Gulf. By afternoon, street musicians play jazz under the shadow of the White Tower, while locals sip fraps, Greece's signature iced coffee, watching the light shift on the waves. As night falls, the boardwalk glows with neon reflections from passing bikes. The sea breeze carries the scent of roasted corn, and laughter ripples from the bars and open-air cafes. It's not just a walk, it's a symphony of the city's rhythm. A place where time slows and beauty breathes. And just when you think the city has shown it all, wait until you step into the capital, where history towers above modern chaos. Nine. Plaka, Athens, the old soul beneath the Acropolis. At the foot of the mighty Acropolis lies Plaka, Athens' oldest neighborhood, a labyrinth of narrow alleys, washed in pastel hues and draped with bougainvillea. Here, the smell of grilled souvlaki mixes with incense from tiny Byzantine chapels. Each cobblestone seems to echo with footsteps from another era. You'll find traditional tavernas tucked between neoclassical homes, artists sketching on the steps, and musicians playing rebetiko, that melancholic Greek blues that speaks of love, exile, and dreams. Look up, and the Parthenon gazes back at you. Its marble glowing gold in the sunset. Plaka isn't just old Athens, it is Athens. Alive, timeless, and full of stories still being written. But wait till you see where the locals go to escape the rush. A place where the view stretches across an entire city of legends. 8. Lycabettus Hill, Athens from above. In a city where history rises from every corner, Lycabettus Hill offers perspective, quite literally. Climb or take the funicular to the top, and suddenly Athens unfolds beneath you like a living tapestry. White rooftops shimmer under the Mediterranean sun. Ancient ruins mingle with modern glass towers. And beyond it all, the endless blue of the Aegean. At dusk, couples gather by the railings, their faces bathed in amber light as the city flickers below. Somewhere in the distance, a church bell rings, and for a moment, Athens feels eternal, suspended between past and present. Coming up next, a city where the past whispers through Byzantine domes and Ottoman markets. Yet the nightlife burns bright until dawn. 7. Heraklion, Crete, between myth and motion. Crete's capital, Heraklion, is a city that never stops moving. It's fierce, proud, and full of contrasts. Ancient walls rising beside hip bars and boutiques. The Morosini fountain bubbles at the heart of the old town. its lion carvings watching as locals rush past on scooters. Nearby, the Coles Fortress guards the harbor, its stones weathered by centuries of salt and wind. But Heraklion's real pulse beats in its markets. Step into 1866 Street Market, where vendors shout out the day's catch. And the air is thick with the scent of olives, thyme, and mountain honey. It's chaos, it's color, it's life. As night falls, the tavernas fill with laughter. And Cretan music spills into the streets, fast, wild, defiant. This is Greece at its most unapologetically alive. And just when you think modern energy has taken over, an island city reminds you how time itself became art. 6. Rhodes Old Town, the medieval heartbeat. Enclosed by massive stone walls, Rhodes Old Town feels like stepping into a dream. Cobblestones gleam under lamplight. Arches rise like gateways to another age, and echoes of knights still seem to wander the narrow lanes. The Street of the Knights, perfectly preserved, is lined with inns from the 15th century, each bearing crests of distant lands, around the palace of the Grand Master. Tourists and locals alike lose themselves in timeless beauty. Yet, despite the history, life here is far from silent. Boutiques pulse with music, cafes hum with voices in many languages, and every square bursts with color and scent. Rhodes blends its medieval past with the vibrancy of modern Greece. A city where history doesn't just survive, it thrives. But the islands aren't the only ones with stories carved in stone. Because next, we return to the capital's creative heart, a district painted in rebellion and rhythm. 5. Psiri, Athens, the Bohemian Pulse. By day, Psiri is a maze of workshops, murals, and artisan shops. By night, it transforms into Athens' bohemian heartbeat. Here, graffiti isn't vandalism, it's poetry. Walls bloom with color and political art. Street musicians fill the air with jazz and folk. And every corner hides a secret bar or gallery. Psiri is where you see the new Athens. A city not defined by ruins, but by reinvention. Sip Sapporo with locals as they argue about football or philosophy. Listen to laughter spilling out of tavernas. And watch as the neon lights reflect on rain-washed stones. It's gritty, beautiful, chaotic, and utterly human. And just when you think you felt the capital's full energy, a city by the sea offers something different. A calm that hums with cosmopolitan elegance. 4. Chania, Crete, the harbor of light. If Heraklion is Crete's beating heart, Chania is its soul. Its Venetian harbor shimmers like a painting. Pastel buildings mirrored in gentle waters. Boats rocking softly under the lighthouse that has watched over centuries. In the mornings, fishermen mend nets beside chic cafes. By afternoon, the scent of fresh octopus and coffee fills the air, while shopkeepers greet you like family. The blend of cultures, Venetian, Ottoman, Greek, is visible in every archway, every courtyard, every face. At golden hour, when the light turns honey and the harbor glows, you understand why locals call Chania the city of light and memory. But the glow of Greece doesn't stop at the harbor. Next, we step into a metropolis that bridges east and west, a city unlike any other in Europe. 3. Athens Riviera, the city by the sea. South of Athens, the Athens Riviera stretches for miles, a seamless blend of city and sea. Luxury yachts glide past rocky coves, while sleek cafes line the palm-fringed promenades. In Glyfada, fashion meets leisure. Locals sip cocktails as the sun dips behind glass towers. In Voliagmeni, natural hot springs bubble beneath pine hills. And in Flisvos Marina, the city's elite stroll beside the yachts. This is where urban energy meets the calm of the Aegean. The horizon glows, the skyline glitters. And for a moment, it feels like the city itself is taking a deep, satisfied breath. Coming up next, the heartbeat of northern Greece, where every cafe, alley, and conversation feels like a celebration. 2. Acropolis, Thessaloniki, the city above the city. High above the main streets of Thessaloniki lies Acropolis, the upper town. A world of winding alleys, Byzantine walls, and panoramic views. Here, old houses with wooden balconies lean over cobbled lanes. Church bells echo through courtyards draped in jasmine. You'll pass grandmothers chatting over fences, cats sunbathing on rooftops, and cafes hidden behind ivy-covered gates. As you reach the Trigonaion Tower, the city sprawls beneath you. Modern Thessaloniki buzzing like a circuit of light and life. The view captures everything, the old and the new, the past and the promise of tomorrow. Acropolis is more than a district. It's a memory that refuses to fade. But before we end, one last stop. A city within a city, a heartbeat that never sleeps. 1. Monastiraki Square, Athens, the living crossroads. If Greece had a single pulse, it would beat here. In Monastiraki Square, beneath the shadow of the Acropolis. It's chaos and harmony all at once. Vendors shout over the hum of the crowd. The scent of roasted chestnuts and leather drifts through the air. Tourists, locals, monks, and artists share the same space, each chasing their own rhythm. The flea market bursts with color, antiques, books, jewelry, fragments of stories traded hand to hand. And above it all, the Parthenon rises like a silent witness, watching centuries pass in a single heartbeat. At night, music spills from rooftops, and the city glows like a constellation of memories. It's a place that reminds you Greece isn't just ancient history. It's a living, breathing story still unfolding every day. In Greece, beauty isn't confined to ruins or beaches. It's in the voices of cafe owners who remember your name, in the marble that glows under moonlight, in the laughter echoing down alleys older than nations. These cities, Thessaloniki, Athens, Chania, Heraklion, Rhodes, they aren't just destinations. They're living stories, woven from light, sound, and human spirit. Because in the end, cities aren't just places. They're souls made visible, waiting for you to walk their streets and listen to their song.